Assalamualaikum everyone. Now me and my group will share about the real estate in East Asia and Pacific. So I will start with introduction. Real estate is an industry that has become among the best industry that make the good income. People already see that the real estate is the best platform to invest as it can generate good profit in short and long term. The real estate industry also expand in the East Asia Pacific countries as there are many developed countries that use real estate in various ways to make profit and to do their daily routine. The example of East Asia Pacific are Malaysia, Australia, Brunei, Indonesia, South Korea, and many more. As explained before, real estate is the best industry to make profit through an investment. So we need to analyze it with using the best elements, which is political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental.
To Prof. Jalil, my fellow friends, today we are going to discuss about East Asia Pacific and my part is politics. The first subtopic for me was the politics background. As we know that from our study that politics requires a historical perspective. However, the world has become a complex history, but the regions of the political culture and political values are domain reach all of each state. And as we know that the form of the characters of the political institution can be only explained by the consequences of the world and history. And as we know that the terms of Asia Pacific was coined in the 1916 and 1917. The second subtopic was the contract life in the East Asia Pacific in the 5 centuries ago versus now. As we view that the political life of the Pacific today was predominantly in the terms of nation state, stated that have an impersonal legal life separate from the office holder, household and their personal retinues, state with a well-established and well-organized bureaucracy with a monopoly of legitimate force that can extend across a clearly defined and internationally recognized territory area. And there was no such a state in East Asia Pacific for the 1500 century ago. There were no any single state form a predominant. And this is like example for the East Asia and Pacific country that we can know that East Asia can be divided into two, which is Northeast Asia and Southeast Asia. Okay, Northeast Asia can be concluded as China, Japan, Republic of Korea, North Korea, even Russia. Okay. But Southeast Asia that we can know as Brunei, Myanmar, Cambodia, even Malaysia are counted as Southeast Asia. Okay. For our political system that we can conclude for now, many governments in Northeast Asia and Southeast Asia are founded on like democratic ideas, and many have recently undergone as that we call as democratizations. Okay, and this is all from me. Yes, thank you. This is part for politics, and I shall pass my presentation to the next group member. Thank you.
Good evening to Dr. Jalin. My name is Vicharia Anak Perempuan Razi. My metric number is AP190374. Today, I will present you about East Asia economy. East Asia economy is one of the world's largest and most successful economy. In East Asia, there have been 4 countries that has been named 4 Tiger because of they underwent fast industry and maintain extraordinary high growth rates. Okay, next is GDP growth in East Asia economy. in years 1992 until 2022. You can see that sovereign has been dropped because of several reasons. Okay. For example, is 1997 until 1998, the GDP growth has been dropped because of the Asian financial crisis. Next is 2008 until 2009. The GDP growth has been dropped or slow because of the global financial crisis. And lately, 2 years ago, 2020, the GDP has been drop or slow because of the COVID-19 pandemic. East Asia is expected to recover from a low base, with growth rising to 6.4% in 2021 and before falling again to 5.2% in 2022. These estimates are highly dependent on the virus' successful containment, both domestically and internationally. And that's all for me. Thank you.
The next part is about social. Generally, the region's economic prosperity has radically improved living standards for millions in recent decades. People in many East Asian countries are having healthier and more productive lives due to the high-performing schools and well-equipped healthcare system. However, in the Northeast Asia, problems such as pollution, overpollution, and all society risks to reverse most of these trends. Rapid economic expansion in much of the region over the previous 50 years has allowed for significant advance in public health. The average life expectancy in East Asia and the Pacific increased from 48 years in 1960 to 75 years in 2016 due in part to developments in infectious illness treatment and across for those therapies. For the education part, most academics agree that education has played an important role in the region's massive economic growth. Nothing that sustained success has led to increased education spending and vice versa. Prioritizing education in national budgets and rising teachers' compensation are two typical measures observed across the area.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Firdaus Yusuf. So next I will present about the next element of PESTEL, which is technology. The technology that East Asia and Pacific have is a high-speed transportation. Countries like Japan, China and Korea have the technology in high-speed train. Japan is the first country that have the technology in high-speed train, and it is called as Shinkansen, that can reach until 320 km per hour. While China high-speed train known as China Railway High Speed that can run until 487 km per hour. Korea also have the technology in high-speed train that can reach until 300 km per hour. Understand that East Asia and Pacific also have a technology in electronic industry. For example, Korea have the giant company that produce smartphones named as Samsung. They are also produce home appliance. Other than Korea, Japan also have a technology in production of electronic-based product. For example, Sony has successfully produced smartphone, cameras, speakers, and many other products. Apart from that, China also have a technology in the production of electronic goods such as smartphones and home appliances. Among the manufacturer brands from China are Huawei, Xiaomi, Lenovo, Media, Hisense, and many more. Apart from electronic industry, East Asia and Pacific countries are also producing in automotive industry. Korea is one of the countries that produce high technology vehicle and has a large capacity of car production. Korea has successfully produced internationally renowned vehicle brands such as Kia and Hyundai. Apart from Korea, Japan also have vehicle production technology. Among the well-known brands from Japan are Daihatsu, Honda, Isuzu, Mazda, Lexus, and many more. Furthermore, China also has vehicle production technology. Among the vehicle brands produced by China are Geely, Hafei, Yejin, Photon, and many more. Malaysia is is not left behind in automotive industry, where Malaysia also has its own local production vehicles such as Proton and Produa.
Environmental for the East Asia and Pacific. From the recent study of World Bank Group state that the forested area of the East Asia and Pacific are increasing from the previous year 26.1% of the land to the 27.1% this year. While the study also showed that the CO2 emission by the East Asia and Pacific was increased significantly from the industrial activity, especially from the countries that are focused in the production economy such as China that have become top production country. Effect from the CO2 emission is the greenhouse effect that causes the climate to fluctuate. Climate change poses a huge impact on the planet such as uprising seawater level at the coastal area, global heating, abnormal drought, rise in the tropical storm intensity, and other more. While social awareness about the environmental issue have been raised in the community from the social media and all the environmental campaigns that has been done, such as plant a billion trees, say no to the plastic, and other more campaigns. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening to Sir Jalil. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Rosli. I want to present about legal section in Asia Pacific and Pacific Islander. Okay. First, in East Asia, the legal information is containing legislation, case law, treaties, secondary material, and material related to ASEAN and APEC. Okay, we know all that. Okay, and the most specific Islander living in rural areas use land tillage arrangement, which are commonly described by Islander and outsider like as traditional. So, current practice on traditional land often differ considerably from by the early observers. They use the historical to maintain the law in Pacific Islander. Okay. Next, we focus on case study. Okay. One case study in East Asia. Okay. In the Tongan case of Bank of Tonga versus Vakata, it was held that a motel was not a house but a personal property and was therefore liable to be seized by bailiff under a restraining order. So this distinction was significant because a house were used as a home was exempt from such seizures was other personal property including growing crop and fixtures. So the distinction here seems to have abandoned the common law niceties regarding the mode of attachment or affixation and consider more pragmatically what property could be sized to meet the demand of creditor. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now we will go to the last part, which is the advice to the investors from Malaysia. Based on the political sides, we can see this country from East Asia and Pacific already grew up, and even most of them being colonized a moment ago. They also build a good relationship with their regional countries in terms of economics, political benefits, sports, and many more. We can see it on its system of ASEAN that build relationship among the Southeast Asia to strengthen in economic aspect. Besides, the region shows the positive side on economical. They already matured into advanced high-income economies that specialize in areas of competitive advantage. The social side is also showing a good performance in this region. As explained before, they are having a good potential in healthcare system, high-performing schools, and other infrastructure. Furthermore, East Asia and Pacific already has a good potential in technology development. We can see it in the bulk of high-speed transportation that has in several countries. Started in Japan in 1964, it already expanded to other countries such as Malaysia, Indonesia, Korea, and many more. In legal side, we can see this country have their own land law and regulation. they already set up the details act about the real estate. We can see it when there are any acts that have been provided for the land in terms of buying, selling, managing, administration, procedure, and many more on land law, strata management acts, and many more. In my opinion, based on the explanation above, we can see that investors of real estate industry can invest well in this region, but also need to do research about some countries that may not performing well in this framework. Thank you, that's all from us.